What if I told you one decision you never planned to make could completely change your financial future? Not winning the lottery, not starting a billion-dollar company, not inheriting money, just one rental property. I didn't grow up believing I would become financially independent. I wasn't born into wealth. No one handed me a blueprint. Like many professional women, I work hard because I believe that if I earn a good income, save diligently, and stay disciplined, everything would eventually work out. But one day, I realized that something that completely changed my thinking. My paycheck, even a good one, would never buy me true freedom. That realization led me down a path I never expected. Today, after more than 25 years of investing, I have owned residential properties, commercial real estate assets, participated in apartments, medical office building, hotel, mobile home parks, and private lending, and achieved financial independence far earlier than I once imagined. But none of that started with a grand master plan. It started with one property. And today, I want to share that story with you because I believe I can change the way you think about money, investing, and what's possible for your own future. Hello everyone, welcome back. And if you are new to the channel, I'm Korianne. So glad to have you here. Most people assume investors have everything figured out before they begin. I certainly didn't. I wasn't searching for dozens of rental properties. I wasn't trying to become a real estate expert. I wasn't dreaming about apartments or commercial buildings. I was simply living life. Like many of you watching this today, working, building a career, trying to make good financial decisions, believing that working harder would eventually create more freedom for me. Then something unexpected happened. One opportunity appeared. At the time, I had no idea it would change the next 25 years of my life. Looking back now, that wasn't just a property. It was my first step toward freedom. Can I ask you something? Have you ever looked at your retirement account and quietly wondered, is this really enough? If that's crossed your mind, you are not alone. Comment below with just one word, freedom. I would love to know who is on this journey with me. Here is something I wish someone told me 25 years ago. There are only two ways to make money. You either trade your time or your assets work for you. For years, I traded time, just like millions of professionals. I work hard, earn a paycheck, save money, pay taxes, repeated the cycle. There is nothing wrong with that. But eventually, I asked myself a question that changed everything. What happens if I stop working? What happened if my husband gets laid off again? The paycheck stops. That's when I realized something profound. Financial freedom doesn't come from how much you earn. It comes from how much income your assets generate while you are still living your life. That shift completely changed how I view money. Every investment decision became intentional. So instead of asking, what can I buy? I began asking, will this asset pay me every month? That simple question transforms the trajectory of my financial life. And over time, one rental became another opportunity, then another. Eventually, those experiences opened doors to commercial real estate, passive investing, and partnership I never imagined when I bought that very first property. The lesson wasn't that one house made me wealthy overnight. The lesson was that one decision changed the direction of my life. And sometimes that's all it takes. But here is the part of my story that most people don't know. There were moments when I questioned whether I should keep investing at all. In the next chapter, I will share the mistakes, the fears, and the lessons that almost stopped me and why they ultimately make me a better investor. People often see where you are today, but they don't see all the moments when you question yourself. And believe me, I question myself many times. Every investor does. I remember lying awake at night asking myself, did I make the right decisions? What if I cannot find a tenant? What if something breaks? What if I lose money? If you have ever felt that fear, I want you to know something. Fear isn't a sign that you are making a mistake. It's often a sign that you are growing. So looking back, I wasn't fearless. I simply refused to let fear make my decisions. And that lesson had stayed with me for more than 25 years. One thing I learned very early, no investment is perfect. Not one. Every property has challenges. Every investment has risk. Every market changes. Waiting for the perfect deal usually means you will never invest at all. Here is what successful investors actually do. They learn, they prepare, then they take calculated actions. And every deal teaches them something. I have made mistakes. I have underestimated repair costs. I have trusted wrong people. I have learned expensive lessons. But every mistake became tuition, not failure. Education. And that education eventually allowed me to invest in apartments, medical office buildings, mobile home parks, hotels, private equity investment, and private lending. Opportunities I never imagined when I started with one rental property. None of those opportunities would have happened if I had waited until I felt completely ready. I would love to know, what is the biggest things holding you back from investing? Is it money, time, fear, or simply not knowing where to begin? Leave me a comment below. I read every single one, and your answer may inspire a future video. Can I show you something incredibly simple? This changes the way I thought about money forever. So most people spend their lives working for income, but wealthy people spend their lives building assets that produce income. Let's look at the difference. Every month, your job pays you. But if you stop working, that income stops, right? Now imagine owning assets that continue paying you whether you are working, traveling, spending time with your loved ones or family, or even sleeping. That is the power of cash flow. Cash flow buys choices. It buys flexibility. It buys time. And in my opinion, time is the greatest luxury we can ever own. That realization changed every financial decision that I make. I stopped asking, how much does this cost? Instead, I ask, will this help me create more cash flow? That one question became my filter for almost every investment. You know, people often ask me, Korianne, if you could go back 25 years ago, what would you do differently? Honestly, I wouldn't wait so long to believe in myself. I spent too much time wondering if I was smart enough, experienced enough, ready enough. The truth is, confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes because of action. Every property taught me something. Every challenge made me stronger. Every setback prepared me for the next opportunity. And if you are watching this today, maybe this is your first step. Not because you are ready, but because you are willing to learn. That willingness can change everything. But before we finish, there is one lesson I haven't shared yet. It's the biggest mindset shift that allowed me to move from simply owning real estate to building true financial freedom. And it's the lesson I hope every professional woman watching today takes it with her. For years, I believed something that almost kept me from becoming financially independent. I truly believed that if I couldn't drive past my rental properties, I should not own it. I thought, how can I trust a property that's hundreds of miles away? What if something goes wrong? What if I cannot get there? That belief felt responsible. It felt safe. But looking back, that one belief was quietly limiting my future. Because I was trying to build wealth based on geography instead of numbers. My journey didn't begin with some grand investment strategy. It actually started by accident. I became what many people call an accidental landlord. I own one property. It generated about $500 a month in positive cash flow. At that time, I thought I had finally figured it out. But after a while, I realized something. One property wasn't going to create financial freedom. It helped, but it wasn't enough to replace my income. I wanted to buy another investment property, then another, but I had absolutely no idea how experienced investors scale from one property into a real portfolio. So I did what many beginners do. I invested in myself. I signed up for the real estate seminar. And honestly, my brain felt completely overwhelmed. There were strategies, terminologies, financings, which is I know, tax planning, 1031 exchanges, commercial investing. I remember sitting there thinking, how does everyone actually do all of this? Then one of my mentors that I met looked at me and said something that completely changed my life. He said, sell your property. I almost fell out of my chair at that time. Then he continued, complete a 1031 tax deferred exchange and buy 4 rental properties in another state. I thought, he's crazy. My mind immediately filled with fear. Maybe you have had these same thoughts. What if I lose everything? What if I buy in the wrong city? What if tenants stop paying rent? What if a pipe busts? What if the property manager disappears? What if someone takes advantage of me? The more I thought, the more reasons I found not to invest. And that's exactly what fear does. It convinces us that staying where we are is somehow safer. But here is what I have learned after more than 25 years of investing. Fear never disappears. You simply become better at making decisions despite it. If you are feeling nervous about investing, I want you to hear this. Being nervous doesn't mean you are making a mistake. It means you are making an important decisions. Have you ever stopped asking yourself from doing something because of fears? I have been there, I promise. You are not alone. Instead of letting fear making my decisions, I decided to educate myself. I booked a flight. to those places. I traveled to the market I was considering. I walked the neighborhoods. I drove the streets. I studied the local economy. I visited properties. Then I interviewed property managers. Not one, several. I asked hard questions. How do you screen tenants? How quickly do you respond to maintenance requests? How often do you inspect properties? What happens when something goes wrong? And here's something I still do today. I never rely on just one property manager. I always have a backup. Just like businesses have contingency plans, investors should too. Preparation replaces fear. Knowledge replaces uncertainty. Then came the moment that changed my investing career forever. Remember that first rental? It was producing about $500 per month. After completing the exchange, buying in a stronger market, and letting the numbers, not my emotions, guide my decisions. My monthly cash flow increased by nearly 300%. That wasn't just more income. It completely changed how I thought about investing. I finally understood something I wish I had learned years earlier. You don't build wealth by investing close to your home. You build wealth by investing where the fundamentals make sense. Sometimes that is in your backyard. Sometimes it's hundreds of miles away. The location should serve your financial goals, not your comfort zone. Hiring a great local property manager does cost money. But what do they give you in return? Freedom and time. They handle the late night maintenance calls. They coordinate repairs. They work with tenants. They protect your investment, which means you can continue building your career while your investment work in the background. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't quit my job to become a real estate investor. I used real estate to create the freedom to eventually choose how I wanted to spend my time. If there is one lesson I hope you can remember from today's video, is this. Financial freedom doesn't begin when you own 10 properties. It begins the moment you decide to think differently. For me, I started with one unexpected rental, one mentor, one plane ticket to that location, one decision to move beyond fear. I don't know where you are in your journey today. Maybe you are still saving for your first investment. Maybe you already own one rental but still feel stuck. Or maybe you are convinced yourself that investing is only for the people with more money and more experience. I want you to know that simply not true. Every experienced investor was once a beginner, including me. If this story inspired you, I would love for you to subscribe and join me each week as we build your path to financial freedom, one smart investment decision at a time. In our next video, I will show you how to calculate your freedom number, the amount of passive income you actually need to retire early. Most people guess. I will show you how to calculate it in less than 15 minutes. Remember, financial freedom doesn't begin with owning tens of properties. It begins with one decision to believe that your future can be different from your past. Thank you for spending time with me here today. Until next time, keep believing in yourself, keep learning, and keep building your freedom, one smart investment at a time. I love you. I will see you in the next video.